Hi guys, welcome back. And if you've been paying attention to my Facebook and my Instagram, you know things are changing for the better. I'm working on it. Last video, I talked to you guys a little bit and I told you that I had something special brewing or something that was coming. I'm so excited. And I'm going to be honest with you, what I was talking about then is not necessarily the direction that I ended up going in. So it's a little bit different, but if you, like I said, if you've been following me on Facebook, if you've been following me on Instagram, and you've been to my Etsy store, then you know of at least one change. There's more to come. And I'm going to talk to you guys throughout today's tutorial. So while I was going to work on, last time I talked to you guys, I said I was going to pull out the tumblers for the kids and make their little tumbler cups. Real talk, I still have not found those. They are still somewhere in the catch-all room, and I just have not found them yet. But in the meantime, I do have a few projects that I am working on, and you guys will understand a little bit later on. But for today's video, my daughter asked me if I would make her a decal for her car that lets everyone know that she has a service dog on board. So we're going to head over to my Cricut design space on my computer, and we are going to create her a sign. She knows exactly what she wants it to say, so we're going to create it, and we're going to cut it out for her and get it ready for her. So join me at my computer if you're ready. Okay guys, real talk. My original recording did not go through because I was trying to be fancy and I was going to record myself like in a little circle somewhere and where you could see me and you could see my screen. And in the process of trying to be fancy, while I was recording myself, I forgot to record my screen. So I'm having to re-record this little tutorial and the news that I wanted to share with you guys, because that was all in the whole shebang. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how I created the window decal for my daughter and talk to you guys about the changes coming to our channel and my brand. Okay, so to start with, let's go ahead and new project. I'm in Cricut design space. Go to new project. Okay, now we're going to, I'm going to do the image first. Where's my images? And I did dog paw. I want to do that one. Let's see if I can find the one that I used. Wish there was a way to have the most recent one up front. Because I have the Cricut Access, all of the designs are free to me. And if you guys don't have it, it is actually a really good program. I don't remember how much it costs a year, but it is a really good program. But anyway, while I'm searching for the dog print paw, I will go into details, and I don't know what that did. Okay, I'll go into details of what is going on in our little world. Okay, in our little world of, well, in my brand. Keep in mind, I'm multitasking, and I am not always good at multitasking. Ah, there it is. What is that? Oh, so hey, if just learned something. If you were looking for images and it's an image that you've used and you saved it to be able to work on your project offline, you will have what looks like a little image of a computer there. So, and I'm also going to bookmark this so that I can come back to it later. But I've already got it clicked, so I can add it to Canvas, to my Canvas. ungroup it because this is multi-layered. Now, notice that the dog print is, if I hide the blue, the dog print is just the dog print. I need the outline. I need this part to cut out, and I need the blue. But if you notice, if you put just the blue, then the dog print kind of disappears. I need that part to be cut out. So I'm going to highlight both of them and slice. This is the one I want, so I'm going to click on both of these and delete them because I no longer need them. And what size did I make this? I want to say I made it like 6 inches, roughly. That seems too big. Roughly 4.5 wide. So I'm going to go up here to the top, highlight that. What did I say? 4.5 roughly. It's about right. Alright. Color we can change later. It's not an option. So news on my branding. I told y'all last. Oh, come on. There we go. I told y'all in the last video that there was news coming that I was going to share with you guys. And real talk, the news that I was going to share with you guys on that I was talking about in the last video, that was not necessarily the news that I'm going to share because I ended up going in a different directions. That news is still the same, but I had added more to it. Don't need the letters quite so big. Let's see, 0.436. Oh no, that's even smaller. So yeah, that doesn't work. And I'm going to curve it around. Okay, so I know y'all are like, Vicky, get it together. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying. But anyway, so the one news still stands. What I was originally going to talk to you guys about is still there. It's still in the market. But the other news that I wanted to share is Victoria's Creations is getting a new name. So, and there's a reason behind it. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Oh, I need to change the font. When you search Victoria's Creations, you get Victoria. For whatever reason, Google thinks that you're misspelling Victoria when you're putting in, or misspelling Victoria when you're putting in Victoria. And I thought, you know, if I am having a hard time finding my name or finding my business, then I know everybody else is going to have a hard time. The only difference is I will keep searching. I will keep searching until I find it. Not everybody's going to do that. And I get it, because if it wasn't my own business, well, to be honest, I probably wouldn't either. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? But with that being said, I decided to just change it and make it easier. And I decided in the process of changing, I was also going to rebrand different colors, different logo, different everything, which obviously I had to change my logo because I was using my name as my logo. So that had to change. This is not going to look precisely like the other one did, because I did change the letter spacing and I don't remember how, like where I set it at, but it's going to be close enough. It's going to look close enough to the original. Oh, wrong button. There we go. So I decided to change our names. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all know I am not good at multitasking. I'm not good at talking and typing and doing it at the same time. I'm just not good. There's my little symbol right there. So this is the one I used. Oh, I had already clicked on it. Add that one. And now I need to fit this inside here. I am going to have to unlayer it, but to start with, we're going to fit it inside here. So our new name, and when you see this, depending on when you're watching this, I'm going to wait until almost a week before I change the name on our YouTube channel. If you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram, then you know what the main change is. You know what the new name is going to be. You already know what the colors are because I've already changed it on Facebook and I've already changed it on Instagram and on Etsy. The only difference is in Etsy, I just changed the name of my brand instead of instead of creating something new, because I already had my store. I could have created something new because that store has been there for a while and it hasn't really done a lot, but it's not has anything to do with the store itself. It's my fault because I haven't been doing anything with the store until recently. Like, I would dabble with it here and there, but that's about the extent of it. So until recently, it hasn't really done anything. So with that said, and as you can see on the, before I get, because I want to kind of go to these different websites to show you as I'm talking, but excuse me, when you're doing this, I wanted all of my words to be white, and I wanted these two to be separated, so this would be a layer. So when you are working with it, go up here and ungroup them, and then you can just grab this and move it. Make sure your mouse is not like this, and if you have to, make it bigger. And then you can move it out of the way. That's going to cut separate from this. And you really don't have to move it out of the way unless you want to attach everything. And that's what I did. I moved this and this out of the way, and all of, well, I didn't mean for that to move. Okay, all of this I want to be one color. I did it all in white. So, and I don't want to have to piece it together. So to keep from having to piece it together and get it to cut exactly how it looks, you want to attach. That's going to change everything to the same color. And remember, it doesn't matter what color it is on here. What matters is the color that you put on your board. But because I want these two on the same, or everything's going to go on the same mat, but these two are going to be together, I want these to be white. And then this is going to be red. And then that's it. And when you click on make, I'm not going to save this because I've already saved the original. But if you are just doing this for the first time, make sure you save it. So I have, and I want to keep this over a little bit. So I'm going to cut out with a pair of scissors a 7x7 piece of white permanent vinyl to put on my mat right here. In between those 0 to 7, it's going to go right here. And then, well, for whatever reason, my Cricut Design Space automatically sets everything at 12 by 24, which is no big deal. I have a 12 by 24 mat, but there's no point in using a 12 by 24 mat on these. So, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to click on these three little dots, move object, put it on that first one. And then I'm going to put it over here in this corner, kind of right there. And I'm going to cut out a 3x3 piece. And I'm going to set that right there. This is going to be red permanent vinyl. And I keep saying permanent because you want to use permanent vinyl, not removable vinyl. Because this is going to be on a vehicle. And that's it. You have your red vinyl here. You have your white vinyl here. Cut it out. Layer it. Make sure when you layer it before, either have a piece small enough that it only fits this and it's going to go in here without touching any of this vinyl, or do a big piece of vinyl, or not vinyl, a big piece of transfer tape, so that when you put this here, you're covering the whole board. Put this one, this little snake guy, on top of here first, then put this on top of here. And then that's it. You got your car decal. Remember, I think I said this in the outro, remember to make sure it's not going to be raining. Give it at least 24, I say 24 to 48 hours. I think in the outro I said 24 hours for it to set so that it becomes permanent on your car and the rain doesn't wash it off. Now, I'm going to hit cancel because I've already done this. And I'm just going to close that out. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys as we're talking that Victoria's Creation is no longer Victoria's Creation. I have not changed it on YouTube yet because I wanted to have a chance to tell you guys before I changed it. Now, with that being said, my plans are to have it changed before the next video goes out. So, depending on when you watch this video, YouTube is still either going to be Victoria's Creations or it's going to already be Rustic Cottage Studio. Rustic Cottage Studio is going to be the new name. And I like it. It's got that, to me, it's got that, like the farmhouse, the shabby chic, but also the kind of, I don't know, a little bit of a country kind of feel to it. And I like that. So, change number 1 is the name and the logo and colors. Okay, so the brand is, my brand is getting a complete overhaul. We're changing up, which I am not going to kid you, I'm excited about. Now, in my Etsy shop, you will notice that it says Rustic Cottage Studio. And the reason it doesn't say studio is because the studio was taken for whatever reason. There's not another Rustic Cottage Studio, but probably what it was is at some point there might have been a store that had that name, because Etsy would not let me change it. It said that it cannot take the name of a store that's already there or a store that's been deleted. And I looked to make sure there wasn't a store already called this, and there's not. This was, my store is the only one, so I just took the O off the end. So, but I am opening another store. As you can see, there's only one product on here right now. Don't mind the price because I don't know if that's set in stone or not. But, this is still a work in progress. I am still working on rebranding everything, and I probably would be a lot further along. But if you follow me on Facebook and if you follow me on Instagram, you will notice that I didn't change the name on Facebook. Don't ask me why, because I really don't know. Like, apparently my brain said, yeah, we're not working today. We're going to take the day off when you need us. So what I did instead is I created a whole new Facebook page and a whole new Instagram instead of just changing out the name. So, and on Instagram, I was going to just delete this one and then go in, and once it's deleted, go in and change my other name. However, you have to wait like 30 days, and y'all know I am very impatient. When I'm trying to do something, I am very, very impatient. So I went ahead and I just said, I'll just go ahead and I'll have this one open. So, and it is Rustic Cottage Studio. So if you're not following me, if you're not one of the 7 followers, hello people, come follow me on Instagram. I am going to be more active, more proactive on here than what I have been in the past. There's my little, and it's got hearts. And I love heart my stuff, guys. Give me a heart. Give me a hello. Come see me on my Instagram and on Facebook. I've got several followers. I've got several likes. Hit the follow and hit the like on both of them. But I am going to be more proactive on here and say good morning. Comment on my post, hit the like button. The more that you interact with the page, the more that it will pop up in your newsfeed. From what I understand, I just noticed all my stuff is here. This is kind of the back end, the managing page part of the page, but this is what the page looks like. And I know I told y'all in the outro, you'll hear that keep crafting your best life is no longer my slogan. It's now crafted with care, designed for you. And the reason my logo is that way, the next update is, as you saw in here, I'm going to start selling, and again, ignore that price. I just had to set something in there. I don't know if that's going to be set in stone or if I'm going to change that. It all depends on the cost of material, the cost of shipping, and all of that good stuff. But I am going to change, and I have not added it in here in my Etsy shop yet. Right now, I still have all of the tumbler wraps, and they're not going anywhere. Well, the Senior 2024 will be leaving soon, but all of my other wraps are staying. Except for the ones that I turn into actual products, like physical products. Some of these are going to go from being wraps to being a physical product. So if there's anything in here that you want and you want it as a wrap, I would go ahead and get it if I were you, because like I said, there's several pages. Once I change out, some of these are going to go, and I don't know which ones yet. I've got to go through them. There's like 130 something wraps in here. So I've got to go through them to see which ones that I want to do. My branding is going to be changing. So on the wraps, these that are already here, you're still going to see Victoria's Creations. That's just on there. And my wraps do come with 9 free designs. It is not different on any of them. They're all the same right now. I'm trying to think what else. So we are getting new branding and new products, and some of the products, and this is one thing that I'm waiting on trying to complete. And if you're paying attention to my Etsy and my Facebook, you're going to see it there first before you see it here, and before you see it in my stores. You're going to see it in Etsy, in Facebook and in Instagram before you see it anywhere else. I'm going to start doing collections, and that's where it's going to be a one print, and it's going to be offered on different products, and it's going to be limited time and probably limited quantities. And I may just do limited time and not limited quantities. My very first collection, which is coming very soon, is probably going to be a limited amount to start with to see how it does, and then I will add more, but it will still be like a limited time. You'll only have a limited time to order those products. And I may even do some videos where we do a pack orders with me kind of deal. So if there's something that you like, then you can stick around for that too. Now, again, I don't know if I said this or not, but yes, I did say it. So much going on. I'm not going away from my digital products. My focus is just not going to be on digital products. I will still have a section in my Etsy shop, and only in my Etsy shop, for digital products. There will be more of a focus on physical than there will be digital. So keep that in mind, that I will have. Right now, you don't see and that has already changed. Right now, you don't see the different, what do they call them? Different sections, or different, no, that's what they call it, sections, I think is what they call it. But when I start doing the physical products, you're going to see underneath all it'll say digital, and that's where you'll get the digital prints from, is underneath that tab. So keep a watch out on that, and there will be a collections tab, so that when the collections become available, you'll be able to see that. And I will also try to keep up with the announcements page. As you can see here, it says new name, new look, same great products, but it's not the same great products. It is, but I'm adding 2, so it's kind of not, but it is, if that makes sense. But anyway, I am excited. I hope you're excited too. If you have any questions, be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think of the new name. To me, I think it'll be easier to find. Like I said, when I put in the search Victoria's Creations, Google said, "Oh, did you mean Victoria's Creations?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. But you already gave me all the search for Victoria's instead of Victoria." And it's happened several times. So I'm just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. So, and y'all know Victoria is very special to me because that is what my grandmother called me. And she was the only one to call me that. And my name, y'all know my name is Vicky. It's not short for anything. It is just Vicky. And so where she got Victoria, I don't know. But it was just a special name for me. And it's still a special name for me. But it's time that I move on to something that is going to be more ideal for everyone, and easier to pronounce, but also easier to find. So keep a watch in Facebook if you're not already there. It is facebook.com/Rustic Cottage Studio, and in Instagram it is Rustic Cottage Studio. So find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook, like, share, follow, comment, say hey. And comment below and let me know what you think about the new changes. And again, depending on when you watch this video will dictate when you will see this in our YouTube channel. Because right now it's still saying Victoria's Creation as of the recording of this video. On June, let's see, by Friday, which is Friday the 28th. That'll be the day before the next video should appear. So by Friday, June 28th, 2024, if you're watching this video before June 28th, 2024, you're going to see Victoria's Creations on our YouTube channel. If you're watching it after the 28th, because the 20th is when I'm going to change it, then you will see Rustic Cottage Studio. It is done, weeded, and put together, layered it. And little piece of advice, when you're adding a layer like this one right here, let's see if I gotta block my face, like this one right here. When you're adding that layer like that, make sure that your transfer paper covers the entire thing, because otherwise you're going to fight when you put this in. You're going to fight to get, it's hard to see and block my face at the same time. There we go. You're going to get, the transfer paper is going to basically catch your rest of your stuff. So you have to be very careful with that. But it is done. I have it ready to go. Now, I live in Florida, and according to the weather app, it is supposed to rain all next week. So, and her husband works in the afternoon, so it's too late for him to put it on today. But I'm going to check the weather, and as long as the weather is going to be okay and it's not going to be raining, then they can put it on, because you want it to be on a clean, dry surface, and you want to make sure that it stays dry for at least 24 hours to let it set. Because this is permanent vinyl, but if when you first put it on, you can peel it right back off. It only becomes hard to take off when you let it set, when you let it settle, however you want to say it. Now, that does not mean that it is impossible to take off. She is putting it on her window, which is glass, so yes, you will be able to take it off if you have to. I don't think she's planning on ever taking it off, though, as long as they have the vehicle. So, but I will give that to her, and then she can put it on her vehicle. And once she gets it on there, I'll take pictures and post it in Instagram. So, To wrap up, though, what we were talking about earlier, rebranding, we have a whole new name, a whole new look, and I'm going to start focusing on physical items in my Etsy shop. I am not going to move away from digital. There will always be, let me rephrase that. As long as there is a need, there will always be physical or digital items in my Etsy shop. I am also opening up a second shop coming soon, and it will be a direct link, like you will be able to get to it from the actual name. So it'll be rusticcottagestudios.com. It's there. There's one Tumblr on there, I think, right now, and that's it. But that's because I'm still setting it up. I'm still working on it, so it's not done. I'm also going to start introducing collections in the physical products, so that's going to be exciting. Stay tuned in the Instagram and Facebook for information on those. In the next video, what am I doing for the next video? I got the Trident Pitch Perfect, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting to open it because I want to do an unboxing and use it for the first time with you guys, and that is going to be in the next video. So until then, keep crafting your best life. Oh, I'm actually going to change that because that's actually not going to be my slowco anymore. That's going to be weird, but I do want you to keep crafting your best life. So may God bless you, and until next time, bye.